G'day legends, how are yous? Alright, I know this one has been such a long time coming. Believe me, it's been just as frustrating for me, but the parts have finally arrived for us to continue this build. So this video is going to be long enough. Let's just get stuck into this build so then you guys can see what it's all about. Dude, what is it with you all of a sudden, man? Really? Leave me alone. Saddle butt. Man. No gangster face here. No. You trying to tell them what you trying to tell them what you did before? You were very brave, and you scared those scoundrels away. They wanted no part of your gangster face, did they? Okay, good boy. You were a good boy. Pretty sure that's not good, especially how windy it is today. It's coming straight at us too. That is not good at all, and you can see how quickly it's escalating. Well, alright guys, here she is. This is what it's all about. Yeah, I always get lost for words when I get to this part of the video. Got stupidly involved. This has been the absolute most involved, most complicated, most dedicated build I've ever taken on. So let's have a little bit of a look and see what it's all about, eh? So first thing we'll turn on, so you saw in the little clips tail lights, and I'm sorry it's so big, this is the only way I can kind of show you, is I can't flip it around easily. So after we do this and after we have a little talk, I'll do a little run on the floor so you guys can see it and kind of look at every detail of it. So let's get the truck turned on. So there's the headlights, truck lights, tail lights on the truck, the trailer, sorry. So we pull out the remote from here and voila, we can change colour. Click of the remote, so you're probably wondering, what is this all about? why would I go to this expense and this amount of trouble over an RC build? It's not really my forte. I'm not going to get a lot of running time out of it. In a nutshell, there's going to have to be a part 3 to this video because I've still got some work to do in here, so we'll go through that. But in a nutshell, I've started a business. It's not an RC business, but it's a business that revolves around this RC. Basically, it's a mobile billboard. So in the next video, you will get to see who my customers are. So I've basically got about 5 customers already, and they signed on based on a concept. They hadn't seen what I could, they had a fair idea of what I could do, but they hadn't seen it. All they had was a concept that I was pitching to them, and they were on board straight away. So I've got 5 customers already. In a nutshell, it will be hired out to functions, businesses, weddings, you name it. So basically people will put, so like if it's hired to a wedding, the bride and groom have their name on the side of the truck here in a giant transfer, and they can change colour to whatever the theme of that particular wedding is. Same with any particular business. Like one business I have, they're called Cartridge Kings. They do ammunition, so you know they're not going to want like purple. You know, they'll want something different. But look, you just get the concept of it. It's a business. I don't like purple. I have to even. That's probably better, eh? Anyway, in a nutshell, it's a business that is hired. It's to other businesses as an advertisement. So, as I said, there'll be a part 3 which will talk about that a bit more. But let's go through the build a little bit. As I said, it was the most complicated thing I've ever taken on. It was unbelievable. Now I ordered some crates, like some cargo crates to go inside to be able to hide the battery and the wiring and all that a lot more. And then obviously that's probably going to get decorated inside the truck a bit more, which will hide it a bit more as well. So I wondered why this trailer cost me nearly $700. When I did the build, I'm like, wow, this is absolutely insane, the amount of parts and detail in this build. Unbelievable. So yeah, in for a pound, in for a penny, in for a pound. Yeah, it's, believe me, I've sunk some into this. So having customers to pay me back already is absolutely awesome. The build, righto, I made 2 major mistakes in the build. Both of them were around the same spot. If you're tired, guys, walk away. Walk away. Just keep pushing yourself, because then you will make a little tiny mistake, and that's all it was. The most tiny little mistake cost me so dearly. When you put all of the chassis and the trailer, so the box section, together, there's one little piece which slides in between, which then operates your mechanism for the automatic retractors. So I thought, oh, okay, I should be able to unscrew that, because it should just be screwed through the chassis. So I unscrewed it, and then sure enough I heard the little nuts drop. I was like, oh, you bastard, no! So I was able to glue that and fix it, and it's all good, righto. On the same thing, when you go to put the front half of that mechanism on, there's a million little holes in this piece of aluminium when you go to put it together. The only difference was 2 holes at the front, and they're only just off center, so you can't really pick it with the orientation of it that you have it off center or flipped over. So it turned out that I had installed the chassis thing upside down, the floor plate upside down. So what I did was I was able to drill and tap into the aluminium floor and reposition the mechanism, and we're all good. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say, guys, except the kettle's boiling. Back in a second. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Kettle's off. So yeah, I did actually have to make a couple of mods to the truck to accommodate the lights and everything. As you know, I don't know what to say. Yeah, my brother and I rigged all this up, so I want to give a little shout out to my brother, who helped me, yeah, sort out the logistics of getting the LEDs going in there, and helped me with battery plugs, etc. We went through a little bit with that. Yeah. Let's see if we can annoy Gruner. He's asleep over there on the floor. I'm sure he'll give us a bit of an eye roll when we start driving this around. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for always tuning in. I hope you guys have enjoyed the largest build I've ever taken on. I suppose without the decals on it, it kind of looks like a giant mobile aquarium, so we will have to find something that we can put in there just for our little run, but I'm sure we'll find something, even if it's some old Halloween decorations or something. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Catch you guys in the next video. Take care.